Hello and welcome to the Spiritual View. I'm Jennifer Halliburton with the Awakened Jen Tarot. I'm a Soulful Revolution certified tarot reader, spiritual advisor, and healing and manifestation coach. And I'm one of the hosts for the Spiritual View. Today we're going to be doing Twin Flame Tuesday. So we're going to be looking into the Twin Flame journey. Each Tuesday I'm going to be coming to you with a message. I've decided to alternate it between one week we'll do angel messages, the next week we'll do Twin Flame readings. That way we can keep it kind of interesting. I, for one, am not wanting to look into the Twin Flame mission that often because I think that there's some anxiety that can come with it as well. So like I like to know what's going on. And, just kind of, are we on track? Do we need to make course corrections, things like that? But I don't want to obsess over it by looking at it, too often and, just kind of that being the main focus. All right. So, but today we are looking at it. All right. So before we get started, let's go ahead and take 3 deep breaths together and do the invocation to call in the spirit team. So if you'll close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths with me. All right. Breathe in. That's 1. Breathe in. That's 2. Breathe in. That's 3. I now call in my angels, archangels, ascended masters, my higher self and guardian angels to please enter this present space and time. I call upon Archangel Michael to place a bubble of protection around us. Only beings of the highest vibration of pure love and light may enter in. So be it. All right. So I did want to talk a little bit before I get started to the divine feminines. So I have done lots of twin flame readings at this point, and I'm also on this mission with you. And so I do a lot of readings for the divine feminines, and we all seem to be on very similar timelines. And so because I'm seeing some common themes, I do want to speak out to some of the concerns that I know that a lot of you must be feeling right now. So the timelines that I have kind of been seeing are that like we're looking towards like March and April. There were a lot of activity between the twins, interactions in the twins, and there did seem to be some progress on the twin flame journey. It really looked like a lot of the masculines were waking up and understanding this connection. They were reaching out to the feminines and letting them know that they had, this sort of little bit of recognition. They may not have been calling it, twin flame or anything like that, but they were definitely expressing that they understood that there was a depth to this connection that they couldn't deny. And so a lot of the feminines, they got their hopes up. They really got their hopes up thinking, okay, they're finally seeing we're actually going to make progress. And, they had really, really good encounters. That if you were looking at it from the 3D, you would absolutely think, okay, this is a good, positive progression for them. But nearly all of them experienced an unexpected separation after this intense, I want to say it was like a reunion for a lot of people, but just intense connections, just over the top connections that they've had. And then everything looked great, and then the next thing you know, like they're blocked again, or they're not having any contact again. They're back in no contact. They're back in separation again. And it came out of nowhere. And I know that like they are so confused, because it looked like it was going so well. And I know that in a lot of the readings, I actually did say, that separation was coming and that it was still going to take, some time for things to come together. And so I think that a lot of times when I'm saying that, we're not seeing the time frame as quite as long as what it is actually looking like that it's going to be. And the time frame is different for every single person because it's really about alignment, right? We're talking about it. It's really just as soon as you both can make the decision to get into alignment. But that's the thing. You're dealing with another human being. You're dealing with someone else who actually, has to make the decision as well. And what I see with a lot of masculines are actually very avoidant, and they have the avoidant attachment style. And so you just see it a lot in their patterns, the way that they're showing up. And I think they meant everything that they said back in those connections. I do think that they did mean that. But I think that it triggered them so bad when they really sat back alone and started thinking about it, that it triggered them so bad, because they have seen how much you have grown, how much you have expanded. And just like, I think the majority of them do not think they can compare. I think the majority of them actually have this idea about what it is that you're even wanting from them, the type of person that they have to be with you. There's just all of these things that they're playing over in their head that's making them feel even more not able to live up to that standard. And so instead of letting you down just by, trying to show up and not being what they think that you need to be, they're just not even going to try at all. And so I think that they just need some time right now, some space to process. They are running. They are absolutely running, and they think that they can run from the connection, but that's the thing. They're going to find out that they can't. And that's a necessary part of this mission for them too, is for them to understand that, like, you can't run from it. It's going to be there with you no matter what. And that is the part that is going to help bring them back. But I mean, for the feminine, you've really got to consider what it is that you're wanting for your own self. Because most of us, we want these healthy connections. We want to be in healthy relationships. And this dynamic, it's not healthy, and it's causing us to get, we are giving away our power a lot of times in these situations by just continuing to, like, oh, please, almost, it becomes the chaser energy again. So instead of focusing on the chaser energy, we are just going to give the space. We're understanding, because that's the main thing that I'm trying to do right now, is to help the feminines understand really what's going on, behind the scenes, the things that are not being spoken about right now. Is to understand it's not even about you, like, in a bad way, for sure. They just don't think they can be what you need. And they've made a whole lot of ideas about what it is that you're actually wanting from them. And so they're going to figure this out. It is going to take some time. And that space is the thing that is absolutely needed. There's nothing that you could say. You could go and tell them all of these things. No, I don't need you to be this. I need you to no, I don't need you to be this. I want you to be like this or this or this. It doesn't matter. They've already made up their mind. They're looking at you, the way that you live your life, and they're saying, if that's the way she lives her life, then she's going to have an expectation that I'm going to have to live like that too. And I don't think I can. So there's a lot to, really process. And so we are holding space for those masculines that are just trying to really process through this. And then we are going to be going to our guides and making sure that, our guides are helping in the process. Our guides are making sure that they don't forget us. Okay. So if that's the thing that you're worried about, that your masculine is just going to move on and forget you, it's not going to happen. So we're just going to give them space, and we're going to keep doing our thing. And if our thing actually does involve being in other connections, you're going to allow that, because you're not going to resist what's coming in front of you right now. You're going to enjoy your life. And you're going to know that when this connection is ready, that everything is going to line up perfectly for it to be, in your reality. So if it's not here yet, that just is your reminder. Things are not ready yet. So just keep doing your part. We're not judging the masculines for not being ready, because we know what it took us to get ready. It took us a long time to really process through all of this. And most of us are still questioning. Whether or not that person is our true counterpart. So if you have all of the information that you do about this, and you've experienced everything that you have, and you're still questioning the situation, can you imagine someone who's not even that spiritually advanced or even open to that stuff yet, trying to process this stuff? So that's just the message that I just kind of felt like was very needed right now, just because I feel the energy of the feminines, because I am one. I feel this energy, and I know, like, it is just like, it's making us just want to just completely give up. I don't even want to think about it, look at it, talk about it. Just but we still have purpose in this mission, whether or not we are in our union or not. All right, so let's go ahead and start pulling some cards. So I'm going to use the Mermaid Tarot to pull the spread from. I'm going to pull from the Kuan Yin Oracle. I will look at the Twin Flame Oracle that is on my phone. And depending on how the message comes out, we will probably pull with the Hidden Truth as well. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with the Kuan Yin Oracle. Okay. So Kuan Yin is divine feminine energy, and I'm really mainly dealing with divine feminines usually. So, and I'm not trying to leave out the masculine. So if you're watching, I thank you and appreciate it. I'm trying to help your feminines right now. But typically I do deal with the feminines. And so that's why I want to really empower you on your mission to help you see that it is greater than just that other person, that you do have, your own purpose and mission in this journey. And that's the thing that you're supposed to be focused on, while the masculine is figuring out his part too. Okay. So what does the feminine need to know right now about her mission and purpose? All right, shuffling is going to be a little hard for me. I cut myself last night while I was cooking. And I am struggling with these cards. All right. I have become so overprotective of my hands since I've started doing this. All right, so what does the feminine need to know right now about her purpose and mission on this twin flame journey? Hear the yellow tiger mother. Hear the yellow tiger mother. That is a 13 card. All right. Sometimes we must be strong and hold true while all around us seems to be shifting and changing. The yellow tiger mother, Kuan Yin, in her guardian role, is roaring her divine sound within you. She asks you to hear her, to remember that you are a powerful being of light, and even while you are in flow with universal forces, your strong roots help you to be at peace with your truth, standing your ground while your light shines true. In our surrender to divine forces, there are times when we must be flexible and flow, and then there are times when the surrender into holding strong and being true to our own inner knowing. There are inner truths that we know are worthy of the effort to grow strong enough to honor them in our lives. These are the truths of kindness, compassion, and the right of each individual being to be spiritually free and loved and more. The yellow tiger mother sounds her roaring note within you. She is a fierce, protective tigress, and yellow is her golden strength and her wisdom. She urges you to listen to her sound within and trust yourself. You know when you need to stand your ground and not be swayed. You are more powerful, strong, and courageous than you may realize. Your strength is not stubbornness or resistance. It is holding firm to what you feel in your heart to be true, and in time, you will come to realize the wisdom of your courage. Your strength at this time is needed like a protective shield, providing nurturing to a young plant. Your strength and refusal to be dissuaded from your truths help your dreams and higher path continue to manifest. Allow yourself to hear the yellow tiger mother as she gifts you with the power, inner strength, and knowing to be brave and to stay true to yourself. Hearing the yellow tiger mother. If you cannot do this exercise physically, then you may like to visualize doing the exercise instead. Stand with your feet on the floor firmly grounded. Rock lightly on your feet, feeling where all four corners of the feet connect to the floor, and then bounce a little without lifting your feet fully off the ground. Really feel your connection and weight on the ground through your feet. Place your right hand on your solar plexus, just below your rib cage, and your left hand on your upper chest, and say aloud, I am courageous. I am a being of light. I am in alignment with universal forces, and truth is my powerful ally. I do not need to force or defend. I simply remain steadfast in my truth now and always. Through my own free will, I hear the sound of the yellow tiger mother, Kuan Yin, within my being, emerging now. If you want to give a roar, do it. Stick your tongue out and feel her power within. More power to you, beloved. Kuan Yin, beloved yellow tiger mother, I need your courage and strength now to be true to myself and allow my own light to take root and to grow and nurture me with your strength of spirit, so that I might realize that I have your strength within me too. It is my strength, my courageous heart. Help me, beloved, now to realize my courage and have peace in my heart. I feel the roar of your courage and strength within me, and I realize that this is my own courage too. Thank you for helping me realize this, beloved tigress. Mani Padme Hum. And so the biggest connection I get with this is that you are going to have to be really, really strong. You are going to have to stand your ground about your standards. I really think that this is coming back to the standards that we are holding for ourselves in these connections, because toxic is toxic no matter what label we give this connection. So if your twin flame, your counterpart, isn't connecting with you in a healthy, loving way, it's still toxic, and you still have to treat it the same way that you would treat any other connection. And so to me, it's not healthy or loving to have, any type of intimacy at all. And I'm not talking about truly just the physical intimacy. I'm talking about you were emotionally intimate as well. You had just this real connection that happened. It is not kind or loving to have a connection like that one day, and then without any warning whatsoever, they just leave. They just decide it's too much, and they just get to walk away. See, I can understand, and you can too. We can come to this place. We can understand where they're coming from. We can hold space for, okay, you have these things you need to work out. Okay, that's something you have to work with. But it's still something that is unkind and unhealthy for us to have to tolerate. And so that's not something that we even should be tolerating. If the only times they are showing it up is when it's convenient for them. If the only times they're being in connection is when it's convenient for them. But when you are asking for your connection, when you are asking for anything back, that's when you get, So that's still a toxic relationship. That's still a toxic connection. And we're still going to treat it the same way that we would treat any toxic connection. We're holding our standards high. They have to meet us where we are, because that's where our alignment really is. Our alignment is not in, these type of playing around. It's not in situationships. It's not in third-party connections. It's not in just this in and out, hot and cold energy. That is not our alignment. Our alignment is our, truth. It's what we really want. It is that harmonious union and connection, that we have with each other. And so if it's not that, you should reject it. Okay. If it's not coming up with that, you should reject it. And I think that one big fear that I also got with this card is that if we stand strong with these, with our standards, that they won't meet us there, that we'll lose them completely. Okay. But look what you're losing. Are you actually losing what you wanted? You're not. You're losing somebody who's not willing to do the work. You're losing somebody who's not willing to stand up and treat you as an equal, to give you the same respect that you give to them. So, I know that part physically hurts. And I just keep coming back. True twin flames cannot just completely just give up on each other. So he may try to deny the connection, but he's never going to be able to fully run from it. So he can't forget about you if that's the thing that you're worried about. So the only reason why he might not be showing up in your reality is because he's not ready for it. And I actually heard a song today that, like, it just felt like a message in itself. And it was New Me. It was called New Me. And I don't remember who this is by. It's a country music song. But the point of it was that basically the woman said, come back when you've changed. You know, like, I want you, but come back when you've changed, and to be the person that I need you to be for this connection to work. And he's just saying, I know you wanted a new me. I know you wanted a new me, but I'm the same old me. It's the same old me. And you know, just some things never change. And so that's something that I think that it was a message. That was part of how I kind of knew this message too, because it spoke that they have this feeling of what it is that they have to be with, you know, their feminine, and it just feels like too much because they've already decided this is who I am. I can't rise up to that level. Just, if you haven't heard that song, and I might try to find the link and link it down in the description box, just because that song really was part of the message for me coming into this, is just the feminine was expecting a changed man. And that the message of that song is just, no, I'm same old me, same old me. All right, let's see. Just a second. Okay, so now then we're going to pull from the Twin Flame Oracle. Okay. All right, so the first card will be the feminine's current energy. The second card will be the masculine's current energy. And then the third card is the connection. Okay, so for the feminine, we have, we will get through this. We will get through this. You are supported. Together, we will make it. And so my big connection right there is just that I am really trying to bring together the feminines. And so together is with other feminines. Together, we're going to build community. Together, we're going to get through this, is what I'm really getting the most out of that, is that you're going to start building your community of the people who really do understand what you're going through. They're going to keep encouraging you to stay strong on your journey. They're going to encourage you to keep growing. They're going to show you the reflection of who you are now and not who you have been. All right, so dear one, you are never truly alone. Your twin flame's higher self and we are always with you, no matter how it seems on the earth plane. You are always being supported in big ways and small. The biggest issue for most people is they are offline to receiving the support and help and amazing things working to reach them. Like a pipeline where the water cannot flow due to rubble and rust, this can stem from ancestral programming, societal beliefs, and past disappointments or other blocks. Therefore, we highly recommend you spend a little time daily cleansing your energy and uplifting. This will bring you up into the alignment and receiving more tangible support and help, and your journey will be smoother. Always know that we are with you. You may want to ask us right now to show you a sign of our support and presence, and to know that it will come. You may want to ask us to guide you in the best way to a happier place. You may want to invite us to bring in more support. You do this. To do this, say, hand on the heart, I now invite my guides and angels of the highest light to support and guide me to my bliss. Please bring guidance until I receive and understand it. And so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. When you say this, it gives us the room to intervene, to bring positive shifts in alignment with your highest in a way that you yourself may not see. Please trust, dear one. Have faith. Try not to be so hard on yourself. There is so much in this universe that you do not see from your human standpoint. Nothing is ever really lost. Love does not truly end between twin flames. Allow us and their higher self to bolster you through this time. A new day will dawn. Love, your guidance team. Oh gosh, I just want to say I had an experience the other day that, like, I know that I was connected with my counterpart's higher self, because I was just having a moment, and I was journaling, and it was about feeling like I was a burden. Like, that's like I was literally in the middle of, like, that's as I was journaling, just feeling like that I was a burden, and that everybody just tolerated me, and that people don't actually, like, I know, like, that's I have moments like that. But as I'm sitting here, like, just pouring my heart out in this not great space, I realized that there was a song playing that had a message in it for me. And it literally said, "You are not a burden to me." I just, like, oh my gosh. I mean, I had not no more than written it. And I heard just, "You are not a burden to me." And I was, oh my word. It caught me in my tracks, and I just sat there and I just took that whole song in, and it was just, I needed it. I was able to just, like, stop right there, pull myself back, and I did realize I had connected, whether or not, I had any physical proof, whatsoever, that the timing wasn't a coincidence. That was literal, higher self communication. So if you've had experiences like that, I want you to take the peace that comes in those moments and know that there is truth. Your heart in that moment, my heart was felt. And so in those moments, your heart is being felt too. And that was the immediate response, was just in that very moment. I'm pouring out, because I'll tell you, when I'm journaling, I'm typically writing to my counterpart. When I'm doing my journaling, I'm writing to my, I'm typically writing to my counterpart. Things that I wish that we could talk about that, we just can't. And so, like, that was a powerful message that showed me that, yeah, we really are connected, that our hearts, at our heart level, that way, that I may not have the, full physical, connection that I would like, but that showed me that there is absolutely, the heart connection is there, very, very strong. All right, so for the masculine, we have, soul contracts. You're in the process of ending cycles. So soul contracts, to me, tells me that they probably are still dealing with a lot of karmic energy. Dear one, you are in a very important process right now. We are working to end an old chapter in your life, phasing out what does not serve you any longer, so we can open up to the new and better. When someone has friendships, relationships, jobs, and life work situations that have outworn their use, when the karmic lessons have been learned, these contracts become phased out. Your soul will always be working to get you to your highest state possible. This means that as you pray for positivity and love, as you pray for assistance, what is not serving you begins to be released. This may seem a bit scary, as what you've gotten used to seems to break apart. But in reality, it is to make room for the higher state so that you have been asking for. I want to stop right there. A message that I had gotten connected to the masculine was that this was everything that they had been asking for. Like, when you showed up, like, that was the thing that just kind of blew them away the most, is that you ticked all the boxes. You ticked all the boxes, and they were not prepared for that. And that, God was the only one who even knew what their true desires were, that they had actually been looking towards the meaning of life, that they had really been seeking out what was the meaning of life. And here you showed up to show them what it really was about. Okay. If things seem challenging, if you feel like the same kinds of persons or situations are showing up repeatedly, can you see that you are being given the chance to resolve the issues they are bringing up and move on? We want you to know that you do not just have to wait for soul contracts to resolve themselves. You can take action and speed up this process. It will help uplift your journey long term. You can clear the energy and karma that kept the contract in place so that you no longer need to live the lesson and learn the slow way. Energy healing allows you to step into your creator self, to release the lesson from a higher perspective and unpleasant dynamics and move on. Another possible indication for this card is that you have a soul contract with key people in your lives. These can also be positive contracts, such as the contract to come together in a romantic relationship with your twin flame. So they are working through their old soul contracts right now. They've got a lot of things that they still need to close out. I love this card. Okay. For the connection, we have answers arriving. We are working to bring you what you have asked for. I love this card. I love this card so much because I pulled it out in one of my personal readings and it was my life purpose. And then this card came up as my life purpose and it just, okay, I see it. So we're working to bring you what you've asked for. Okay. So we have to have some patience. Your questions, prayers have been received. We are in the process of answering you and bringing you your wishes come true. Be on the lookout for repeated communication, symbols, signs, and insights, as these are all relate to the answers. We may also bring you resources to use and actions to take, information to benefit from so that you can take action to bring about your desires more quickly. Sometimes you yourself are an important part of the answer that you request. For best results, please do take some quiet time daily to sit in a peaceful place. Close your eyes, relax your mind for at least a few minutes. This helps you open up to the insights and answers that you've asked for. The mind can get so busy you're not able to perceive what we and your twin soul is trying to communicate. Another helpful thing is to journal and write out what you remember about your dreams when you wake up in the morning. There may be insights working to reach you on the dream planes. And so you are being given guidance all over the place right now. And so they're asking you to pay attention to the guidance that you're receiving. So you have questions and you probably feel like you're like all alone. I mean, that's what I'm getting the most is like, I thought it was going to be this. I thought it was heading in this way. It looked like this was the thing that was going to happen. And now then, because the reality isn't matching up with any of those things, the expectations that we had, we're just like shutting it all off. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. I don't want to look at it. I don't want anybody telling me. I feel stupid. I feel like I was lied to. I feel like there's just all of these things that I know the feminines are feeling right now. I know, like, just what I know, because I am one of you. So I can tell you what it's feeling like when those things happen. It's just like, well, I really did believe that. I really did think that was headed in that direction. And a lot of the guidance I was getting told me this. But see, again, we're looking at it and forgetting that we're dealing with a whole other person who has their own free will. And so, when you get those readings and it's looking like, okay, this is where it's headed, that was the current energy and that was correct, that this is where this is headed. But, every day we're given new opportunities to make new choices. And what we weren't seeing was how much impact was being had on the masculines through all of this, that the awakening process is intense. And I think that they have multiple things that they're working on. So one, they've got to understand what all of this is. But two, once they understand, now we've got work to do. So I've got to get things set up so that I can be. And I think that that's a lot of the masculines. It's not that they've written it off. It's just, I've got work to do and I don't know if I can accomplish it. So instead of, getting her hopes up and saying that I'm going to see what I can do on my own, see how far I can get on my own and see if we can get this back together. But they're not communicating that. All right. So let's go ahead and pull with the tarot and see what is going on. All right. Let's show me this twin flame collective. Show me this twin flame collective. What is going on with this twin flame collective? What can we expect moving forward with the what's going on this twin flame collective? All right. All right, let me get the second screen up for you. There we go. All right. So the bottom of the deck is what you don't see coming. We have the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands, that's passion. It's going after your passion. So this is kind of reckless energy. It's not well thought out. We have, the Empress. Oh, wow. Okay. So we have someone really focused, wanting to take off direction towards the Empress. Oh, wow. Okay. We have Judgment. So this is the wake-up call. This is the call to the decision needing to be made. And then we have the Emperor. So we've already had the Empress and Emperor show up. So the Emperor is having the wake-up call. We have the Three of Wands. So this is about just waiting for your ships to come in, knowing that they are coming. This is a confidence right here that this is happening. This is happening exactly when it's ready to happen. But this is a holding pattern right now. But with this card right here, Justice is coming. Things are going to be made right. So the correct decision is going to be made. So out of the bottom of the deck, we had the Empress, Judgment, Emperor, Justice. Those are all major arcana cards. That's Taurus, Libra, Aries. Judgment is Scorpio, and Justice is Libra. So we've got some big Libra energy coming out over here. And Libra is connected with relationships too, and about bringing balance. Wow. Okay. I'm just going to say, don't give up. It does look like that the masculine is very much focused on the feminine right now. And he does hear the call, and that is going to cause him to really stand in his power. So you've just got to just wait and just know that this is coming towards you, that justice is going to be served. All right. So for the connection. All right. So, for the rest of the spread, we have the first line is going to be the masculine. The second line is going to be the feminine. The third line is the connection. And then we'll have the potential outcomes. So for the masculine, and it's past, present, future, potential, past, present, future, opportunity. Okay. All right. So for the masculine, past, we have the High Priestess. So with the High Priestess, this is just an inner knowing. This is not a speaking. It's just someone who's getting very, very clear, trying to trust what they know. They don't want to hear too much from other people. They want to know what they believe first. All right. We're moving to right here. The Nine of Swords. So the masculines are quite stressed out right now. This is a lot of sleepless nights. So this is a lot of just... I'm trying to figure this out. I am trying to figure, I don't know how to figure this out though. they're moving to the King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles is very stable and abundant. So I feel like that's the first step. They want to be able to offer you stability. I think in the physical world first. I think that's the part that they're focused on right now, is the physical world. And their potential opportunity here is the Four of Swords. So the Four of Swords is healing. So it's a time of rest. So they have pulled away, but there's a healing that needs to happen in order to help build this foundation. So for the feminine, we have the Eight of Swords. In the past, self-imposed prisons. So a lot of times we do put ourselves in our own prisons in these connections. We feel so connected, and the desire is so strong for this to come together that we don't even allow ourselves to even consider anything else. We're just so focused on it has to be that one person. Currently, it is taking strength. So it's taking a lot of strength right now to overcome the distance, to overcome the confusion, to believe in this connection enough to want to even stay on the journey itself. We're moving to the Eight of Cups. So that is walking away. I think that we are going to take our focus off of the connection for a while so that we can just stay on our path. This card is also about being on your path. It's letting go of the things that don't serve you. And I'm going to tell you, continuing to put up with the standards that are not representative of what you actually want for your life and for your connections does not serve you. Because whenever you allow them to continue to show up in those ways, it's just saying, I'm okay with that. And we're not actually okay with that. So you have to set the boundaries in place and, raise the bar for, the access that is allowed to you. Okay. Your opportunity here is the Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands is new inspiration. This is new passions. I think because when you spend all your time focused on it having to be one particular person looking in one kind of way, you've shut out just even the creative energy altogether. You're just so focused on this one thing. So I feel like that when we move our focus, when we put it back on ourselves and what's best for our own lives, it's going to open up that creative energy again. We're going to feel confident. I feel like just like this is going to bring a lot to us that we didn't even know was there for us. And for the connection, we have so this is the Five of Swords. So in the past, just feeling very cheated. And this could be literal cheating as well. But I think it's more about feeling very cheated. Feeling like, because this card is connected with abuse too. Just that, it's just feeling cheated. It wasn't fair. It wasn't fair for them to show up the way that they did and then just walk away, and it left you just feeling like, ugh. Yeah. All right. We're moving to the Two of Swords. Oh, wow. There's struggle here. So I think a lot of the feminines are having this very battle. Like, I know what my heart wants, but my mind is telling me, like, that I deserve better. My mind is telling me that I deserve better. And so I don't know what to do with this connection, because I know that my heart is so connected to this person and this is what I want. I know in a healthy way, this is just the ultimate for me, but it's not healthy right now. And I don't know if it's ever going to be healthy, because the way that it continues to show up is just, it keeps showing up in a way that hurts me. And so, like, I just feel there's so much resistance. And this is going to be on both sides, not just the feminine, but I'm mainly talking to feminines today to help them understand where they're at in this connection. And I think both sides are just very resistant. So I think for the masculine, it's not really as much about, like, not being happy with the connection. It's just, I don't know how to show up. I don't know how to be what it is that they're needing me to be. Like when you're talking about, oh, expanding, ascension, enlightenment. I mean, that feels really big and overwhelming to somebody who I just want to be in a relationship. I just think you're pretty, you know? And so like we're taking them to this whole other level that they weren't even ready for. And they don't know if they can even live up to. And it's like, I see you. I see that you are, you know, this amazing being, and I would love to be in your energy. But I don't know that I can meet your standards. And, you know, we are holding those standards. We are holding those standards. And see, the thing is, we know that they can meet those standards, but they haven't figured that out yet. They see that it's still going to take a whole lot of effort to get there. And they're just not sure that they have what it takes to put that effort in. All right. So we're moving to the Seven of Pentacles. So the Seven of Pentacles is actually fresh start energy. We need to build a whole new foundation. Okay. And the opportunity is Temperance. Patience. This is Archangel Michael. He is working behind the scenes to help bring this together, but it's just going to take time. It's not ready yet. It's not ready yet. So we can look at this right here and just see, you know, this card shows, you know, a pregnant woman. They're building their family. They're building their new life, but it's not overnight. You know, that's the thing. They're setting their intentions, and they start doing the little actions and the things that they can do in order to help bring this life in. But that's all they can do right now. Is just start doing the little pieces, because the life itself, the new life, will not show up until it is time for that life to show up. You know, so we just need some patience and just keep building, keep nurturing, keep growing, you know, those things. But just know that it's going to show up when it's going to show up. It still does take time. Okay, so the potential outcome here is the Four of Cups. So this is missed opportunities. I do think that this is just the way we're going to feel. I think this is just, but why we feel like this is because what we're seeing in our physical reality is a lot of nothingness, just a lot of empty cups, a lot of empty bottles. But they're just behind his view there. There is the offer. It's still sitting there. You can kind of see her. Please don't give up on me. Please don't give up on me. I'm trying, but I don't know if my offer is going to be enough, because I feel like you wanted all of that. You've got 3 cups over there. I only have 1 little cup to offer. So like, I feel like that this is like the masculine to the feminine, just kind of looking in. I just don't know that it's going to be enough. What I have to offer, I just don't know that it's going to be enough. And the feminine is just looking like, I ain't got nothing right now. I would take anything right now. But like, it's just the connection is, there's lots of assumptions being made. Okay. We have, oops, sorry, going the wrong way here. The 10 of Cups. So maybe they do make the offer. So this is emotional fulfillment. This is happiness. And the 6 of Cups. So this is that past life connection. So this does look positive about this connection coming together with those 2 cards right there coming out for sure. Oops. The 6 of Cups, that past life connection, and the 10 of Cups, these are twin flame cards. These are union cards. So I do feel like that it does come together. It does take time. This is what I think is the biggest part that's happening, is this miscommunication, this feeling like there's nothing happening, but right there behind the scenes, there is something, but it's an inadequacy feeling that I'm getting for the masculine, of just not feeling like I have enough to offer. I know you want me to offer, and I want to make the offer, but I just don't feel like I have enough to offer right now. All right, so what does this situation look like in 1 week? We have the Queen of Swords, the Sun, and the Devil. So the Queen of Swords, that is some communication. That's clear communication. That is setting standards and boundaries. This is what I will and will not put up with. But that communication does bring a lot of joy and expansion with the Sun, a lot of happiness coming in. And with the Devil, there is some temptation. So let me look at this. Tell me more about the Devil. Why is that there? We have the Ace of Cups, the Seven of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. So with the Ace of Cups, that's a relationship. With the Seven of Swords, that's a secret relationship. With the Knight of Swords, what am I getting? What am I getting with that one? I think that they're feeling stuck because of, I think they are potentially in another connection right here. And that's the secret. They're feeling stuck in this connection. They don't quite know how they're going to get out of this connection. All right. So what is your best move forward right now? We have the Three of Swords, the Ten of Swords, and the Page of Swords. Three of Swords is heartbreak. Ten of Swords is an ending to something. And the Page of Swords, this is a message. What's ending? The Magician, the Moon, and the King of Swords. So the Magician is about what you're manifesting. The Moon is it's connected to fear. And the King of Swords, it's very cold. I think that part of what it's ending what am I getting here? We're not manifesting from that place of fear. We're not manifesting just from that place of fear and just logic. We're manifesting from the heart. I think that's the thing that's ending, is that we're starting to make choices that are aligned, even if they feel scary, even if they feel scary, even if they feel illogical. We're starting to make choices that are more aligned. Why is the heartbreak there then? The Tower, the King of Wands, and the Eight of Wands. So something is coming in out of nowhere. There's movement out of nowhere. Why is that a heartbreak though? Tell me about this. Why is that a heartbreak? Page of Pentacles, Two of Cups. Okay. I feel like, okay, the heartbreak is actually going to be the masculine here. This heartbreak is causing them to end this moving in fear. This heartbreak is causing them to end this, logical thinking. This heartbreak is causing them to want to manifest in a new opportunity. With the Two of Cups, they're high-level soulmate. They're willing to just take this leap of faith. So yeah, the heartbreak and that Three of Swords and the Ten of Swords, I feel, are actually connected with the masculine. So he's feeling this heartbreak. So I do feel like that because the feminine is kind of standing her ground. She's setting boundaries that she may not have ever set before. That is causing him to panic and think that maybe he's messed up and he's having to rethink some things and think that he's going to miss out. This is that energy right here of the missed opportunities. Maybe that's causing him to feel like he's going to miss out, and he's getting really clear about, no, I can't lose this. This is my absolute happiness. And so he is making some different decisions. And so I've got that at that was coming from your best move forward. So what does this situation look like in a month? We have the World, the Knight of Cups, and the Seven of Cups. So with the World, that's closing out old cycles. That's also some travel. With the Knight of Cups, that is that's the romance. That's the offer of love coming in. And then the Seven of Cups, I feel like you're going to have a lot of options coming in. I feel like that because there's a level of confusion in this. And so I do think that you have lots of offers coming in. All right. So this looks positive. This does look positive. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and pull from the Art of Manifestation just to close this out. And let's see. What can we do right now to help bring in our manifestations? Stay on course. You're facing some big stuff in your life right now. This card requests that you keep going and stay on course. However challenging this may feel, please be reassured right now that this is the appropriate way forward. The universe supports your direction, and slow and steady progress is assured. So slow and steady progress is going to be the part that I'm going to connect with on this, with the card being a 50 card. That is 5 energy in it. That is changes. And I just think once you do realize, what this journey is, like your purpose on this journey, that it does help you to be able to handle these separations much easier. Because when you can see, okay, this is what's happening. This is what, he got triggered in this way. This is how he's processing. This is what he's going through. I think that helps you to be able to stay strong and keep doing the thing that you need to do in your part of this mission. And your part is just really loving yourself, being in your full Empress energy, to be, just this divine feminine who is out here creating and just really nurturing and just growing and showing others how beautiful they are too. Like just be in that feminine energy and just that expression, and just watch and see just how many masculines really do start showing up. Like that's the alignment. When you start seeing multiple masculines showing up, you're getting into alignment for your true masculine to show up too. And so stay on course. Don't be too focused about just, the timing of things, how things are supposed to be. I think just being mindful, knowing, this is what's going on in that connection is probably going to be the thing that's going to help you the most. So I am going to pull cards for each of the zodiac signs in the extended. I'll look into, like I said, just kind of the energy of each of the. Here I am. Okay, so I'll look into the energy of each of the connections, and I think my internet's trying to go crazy on me. And see, what the current path is, and get some guidance on the best move forward for each one. And you can find that information down in the description box below. You can also book a private reading with me. You can find that in the description box too. And other than that, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. Just stay high vibe and, stay focused on you. Just keep putting that love that you want to pour into someone else. Keep pouring that into yourself. Just keep pouring that into yourself at this time, because, that you have this love that you need it to go somewhere. Why not send it to yourself? All right. I will talk to you later. I'll see you next Tuesday. Hope you guys have an amazing rest of your week.